Some questions from the mailbag, Charean. This one comes from at Ariza Balaguer. I always have to make sure that it isn't something inappropriate that is hiding in that handle. I don't think it is. How can the Eagles be saved? It's depressing watching this team.
Wow.
Charean?
I think the best thing they have going for them is they play in the NFC East. I mean, 1-1 leads it, and the Giants lost Saquon. They're right in the hunt for the NFC East title despite their record so far. But serious concerns about that offense. Their defense has been good enough. They ranked 9th in total defense, but that offense is 27th. And Carson Wentz, his passer rating, it's 33rd in the NFL. Yes, there are only 32 starting quarterbacks. That includes both quarterbacks starting for the Chargers have been better than Carson Wentz has been this year. He has not been good. 2 touchdowns, 4 interceptions so far. He has to be better. And I realize, look, when you look at that team, I don't like the talent that he has working with him. I've said that. I thought they should have gone out and added some other pieces. He's got 2 really good tight ends. And what else? I don't see a whole lot there that scares me on offense, but he's still got to go out and make plays and be special if this team is going to win.
Yeah, I agree with you completely. They are fortunate that they're in the NFC East, where being 0-2 out of the gates isn't necessarily a disaster, because there's another 0-2 team, and there's 2 1-1 teams, and they're still in it, and they like to dig a hole and climb out of it. They've done that each of the last 2 years. We see them find some resilience and some will and some determination later in the year. But, you know, the injuries continue to be an issue. Carson Wentz less effective this year than last year. And yesterday was an eye-opener. I thought the Rams would go there and win, but I didn't think it would be as convincing as it was, and they can only be grateful that there weren't fans there to actually make their feelings known about the way the Eagles have been performing of late. But there's plenty of time for them to turn it around. Apparently there was some booing that was piped through the broadcast, but I doubt that there was actual booing that was heard in the stadium. It's that constant 70.
No fake batteries either.
Background noise. No fake batteries, no fake snowballs. Although we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they'll have like some sort of a snowball machine in December to simulate what the fans would be doing if they were actually there, especially if the season continues the way it has for the Philadelphia Eagles. All right, the Atlanta Falcons are the focus of the next question. At A. Powell 83, when's Dan Quinn getting fired? Now, Arthur Blank, the owner of the team, has been very supportive. I thought last year during the bye week it would be literally goodbye to Dan Quinn. They had 1 win. They finished 6-2 down the stretch. He got a chance to come back. But now, I'll tell you what, and Charean, I haven't seen the actual quotes, but we have the text chain where the various writers at PFT say, I'm going to take this story, I'm going to take that story. Apparently, Josh Alber will be posting a story that Arthur Blank doesn't think his players understood the onside kick rule, which is not a ringing endorsement of Dan Quinn, who said yesterday that they do understand the onside kick rule. And if you remember the play yesterday, that spinning ball, the players just watched it. They were waiting for it, I think, to not make it 10 yards instead of jumping on the damn thing. So if Blank is contradicting Quinn, that's not a good sign. And when you look at the schedule this year, they have a later bye than last year, and they have some opportunities to win. They play the Panthers twice before the bye, but there's a bye that is out there for Week 10, and that would be the sweet spot. And they've got multiple former coaches on staff who could take over. Raheem Morris is the defensive coordinator, although the defense stinks. Dirk Cutter is the offensive coordinator. He didn't do well as the head coach in Tampa. Then again, neither did Raheem Morris, but at least the offense is the bright spot on that team. So that Week 10 is when we need to watch, Charean, for Dan Quinn to be out if it happens this year.
Well, I was surprised that Dan Quinn got a 6-year in Atlanta. I mean, he hasn't been to the playoffs in a couple years, and they've really struggled. And we know they've lost leads. It's been since the Super Bowl. We all remember the lead they had that they lost, and they've really struggled since then. So I was surprised they brought him back in the first place, and now you wonder how long he will last after the last couple of games that they've had. He's now 43-39 at Atlanta. To me, the most damning thing that's happened with Dan Quinn at Atlanta, he's supposed to be this defensive guru, and yet his defense in Atlanta is never ranked in the top 10. That, to me, is the worst thing that has happened in Atlanta so far.
And what Arthur Blank has seen along the way is Kyle Shanahan, who maybe should have been hired to be the head coach instead of a defensive guy. See, that's a problem. You hire a defensive coach, end up with a good offense, you lose your offensive coordinator. You got to go find another offensive coordinator, and that offensive coordinator may not be very good. Now, at least the Falcons' offense is good. They need to get the defense better. Quick preview of the first game played by the Raiders in Las Vegas. The Saints come to town to play in the Roomba, the Death Roomba. Who do you like? I assume you like the Saints. Tell me you like the Saints.
Oh, you gotta like the Saints. I just wish we had the black hole there. I wish we could see that. But yeah, the Saints are going to win this one. But I'm looking forward to this game. I'm excited by it.
Yeah, and hey, we don't know at this point how good any team is, how bad any team is. Maybe the Raiders can surprise them. The Saints don't have Michael Thomas. They're going to have to be creative with some of these other guys. I want to see more Taysom Hill than I saw last week. We saw a lot less of Hill in week 1 than we did in the playoff game. They need to use him more. They need to get creative with the slot, and they'll be fine. I think the Saints win that game, and we'll be back tomorrow to talk about that game. If there's anything left to talk about at 5 p.m. Eastern, thanks for joining us. Enjoy the game tonight. We'll see you in the morning for PFT Live.
Hi, I'm Mike Tirico, and thanks for watching. Make sure to hit subscribe for the latest news and highlights from NBC Sports.